Now let's move on to data cleaning. And here I created a data frame, a dirty data frame that we can practice cleaning with. So this is the data, and I created a data frame, and I set the data equals to, I put up my data into a zip function, and then we put that zip function into a list, and then we set the columns into equals our columns here. So now let's run that, and you see we got our data frame. So one thing we should do is check our columns for white spaces. So let's look at our employee column. You have .employee, and let's run that. And you see we have plenty white spaces before and after. One way we can fix this is to create a function and pass in the strip method into our function. So let me just show you what I mean. Employee, set that to df employee dot apply, and apply takes a function, so I'm going to create a lambda function, lambda x, and what I want it to do is strip, and this is going to strip all the white spaces. And let's run that. Let's look at our employee column, and you see it removed the white spaces. We can check for null values in a data frame by using the isNull function, df.isNull, and then we have to see the sum of those values. And let's run. And you see we have one null value in position and two null values in salaries. And here you see it. One way we could deal with null values is by dropping the rows that contain them. So df.drop NA. Let's run that. And you see it drop the rows with the null values. If we don't want to drop all the rows, like let's go back here. Maybe we only want to drop 2 rows of null value. We should set the threshold to 2. And we set the thresholds inside of our NA function. So thresh equals 2. Let's run that. And you see it only removed 2 rows that has null values in our data frame. If we want to drop a column with null values, we set the axis to 1. So let me just look at our data frame again. And if we set let me just copy this. And if I set the axis to 1, it's going to drop all the columns with null values. Let's run that. And you see the position and salary had null values, so it will only bring up the employee column. Let me look at that data frame again. We can also replace the null values with a specific value. So let's write df.position.fill NA. And I want to fill all the NA values with lawyer. Actually, I'm filling all the null values in the position column with lawyer. Put a Y here. And then I want to set the in place to true, so it stays equals true. And let's call out our data frame. Let's run that. And you see it filled in the null values with the lawyer that we specified. Next, if we want to fix wrong data. So let's say we want to change lawyer to accountant. Let me just copy this part here. Control C, Control V. So inside of the column position, we want to make the changes, and we want to replace the lawyer, and then we're going to put accountant as the next argument. So we're going to change from lawyer to accountant. And now let's call our data frame. Let's run that. And you see lawyer has been changed into accountant. So this is some basic data cleaning in Pandas.